Hey, it's Juicy Potato here. Today I want to go over the top 5 worst maps in all of Treyarch Zombies. However, I want to add a bit of a spin to this list, which I'll get to in a moment. Firstly, this list is entirely based off my opinion on what I enjoy and don't enjoy, and maps will be ranked on both how much enjoyment I get from them and how encouraged I would be to load up the map right now and have some fun. The twist though, is that rather than simply list my 5 least favourite maps, since I would basically just be listing all BO4 maps, I'm going to pick one map from each of the Treyarch games. I've picked my least favourite map of each game, WaW to Black Ops 4, and ranked them in order from most liked to least liked. What that means is that some of the maps on this list wouldn't make it in my 5 worst maps if I wasn't listing one from each game. There may even be maps on here that I genuinely enjoy. But to start this list off at number 5, my 5th worst map is Nude from Black Ops 2. Look, I just don't enjoy this map as much as the other BO2 offerings. While so many people hated Transit and Die Rise, and would have probably expected one or both of them to make a list like this, over the years I've grown to appreciate them for what they are, and while they may not be the best maps, I can enjoy what they brought to the table. But with Nude, I almost don't know what to say. There's just nothing significant. There's nothing necessarily bad about the map, but with nothing significantly good either, it feels bland, boring, and unoriginal. With that said, it feels like my opinions on Nude are about as reliable as my upload schedule. So it can be difficult to effectively sum up what I truly think about it when by the time I've finished writing this script and I get to recording it, I'll probably feel a bit different. So Current Potato speaking here. I wrote what I just read like a month ago, and yeah, I do feel different about Nude. I just finished recording a challenge video on it and I've grown to like the map again. Anyways, back to the script. I liked the random perk spawns, but beyond that there's nothing here. Okay, side note again, jeez, pass me as an idiot. Nude is actually a fun challenge with no barriers on the map and no overpowered wonder weapons, other than the Mark II if you weren't buried. You're forced to rely on your own training skills and the map feels built specifically for training. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. Though I do think that objectively speaking, Transit is a worse map, and I also think more people would prefer Nude over Die Rise, and I completely understand that, but for me, I just feel like I enjoy both Transit and Die Rise just a little bit more. I don't hate Nude though, far from it, and it probably wouldn't even make my top 10 worst maps if it wasn't for the one from each game twist. But of course, I had to pick one Black Ops 2 map, and sorry Nude, but you got the short stick. Moving on swiftly though to number 4, we have WaR's Shino Numa. I'm going to be honest, it was actually really difficult for me to even put a World at War map on here. It almost feels unfair to compare a game older than some of the people that might watch this video to a game that still had new content releasing at the end of last year. On top of that, I have a bit of a strange addiction to World at War. I haven't been able to stop playing it recently. I'm genuinely hooked. But of all the World at War maps, for me, Shino Numa is the one that does the least. Nocturne Totem feels desolate and isolated, and it's one of the only maps that can truly make me feel as though I'm fighting with no hope. Baroque poses an interesting challenge with an incredible atmosphere and keeps me on edge at all times, especially with those sprinters that seemingly come from nowhere. Comparatively, Derice feels expansive and the building blocks for maps of the future. Shino Numa? Well, it's alright, but it doesn't do anything special for me. It's fun, but why would I come back? What does it do over the other maps on offer? Not much. Just like Nude, I like the random perk spawns, and I also love that this map introduced us to Hellhounds. Of all the mid-round bosses or custom rounds, Hellhounds are still my favourite and are a welcome addition to Shino Numa. But beyond that, I just don't see what else Shino Numa truly brought to the table in comparison to the other World at War maps. At number 3, I've placed Black Ops 3's Setsubou no Shima. Another tough choice for me as I enjoy all of Black Ops 3's maps, remakes included. Each seems to bring something that can keep me coming back. Even Setsubou has its draws, but for every positive side I can find, as someone who mostly plays solo, there's an equal negative. Setsubou is tough as a solo player, but not in an enjoyable way. I enjoy a challenge, that's probably why I've been enjoying World at War so much, especially Baroque. But Setsubou just annoys me. It takes forever to set up. The Skull of Non-Stopway looks and feels awesome, but I really don't feel like and don't have the effort to dedicate so much time when I could be enjoying myself on another map. It might not be so bad if it wasn't for the constant pounding of the thrashers and zombies, and don't get me started on the spiders. These little devils will pop out in front of you whenever they feel like it, and all that time you just spent getting set up? It's a no from me. In at number 2 is Moon from Black Ops 1. Ah Moon, you either love it or hate it. I won't lie, for a while I really enjoyed Moon. I thought it was a cool concept, a nice change of pace. I love space and rockets, and as a kid I dreamed of walking on the moon. Given the opportunity, I still would. But as times have passed, I've slowly creeped my way over to the other side of camp. I think Moon was a great idea in theory, and it does have its good features. The Easter egg, for example, has a spectacular ending to Black Ops 1 that set the stage for my first and favourite COD zombies, BO2. I also love that we spawn down on Earth before round 1 even starts, and if you're skilled enough, you can even save points here to get either Jug or Speed, and maybe even pack-punch your 1911. One of the main complaints I have about the map now though is actually the low gravity.
I am pretty sure I love this low gravity shit.
Yeah, when I was younger this was kind of awesome, but I've kind of grown out of it now and it just gets in the way and annoys me when I'm trying to train.
Time to drink, maybe that will fix it.
You know, that's not a bad idea. Even without the low gravity though, I just don't feel great when playing Moon. It's just bland. I think the Smith plays said it perfectly. It's not just the moon that's colourless, it's everything, and with little to no sound thanks to being in space in a spacesuit, there's no stimulation. It's also horrible to try and get around. This map is huge compared to previous installments but lacks any notable shortcuts. Oh, and the astronaut? Oh, come on now. The astronaut does nothing until you meet in a doorway, kill it, you get nothing but flung off into space. Leave it, it gets in your way and blocks off routes. Ignore it, go spend the next 10 minutes running across the whole map multiple times to get Jug back, or you could just go play another map, as long as that map isn't. Number 1. The worst zombies map of all time, at least in my opinion, Black Ops 4's Voyage of Despair. Before I say anything about Voyage, and oh boy do I have some things to say, I cannot go on a second further without first mentioning Blood of the Dead. I've been trying to cut down on my swearing recently as my family doesn't like it, so I've limited myself to only 3 swear words per scripted video and I've saved each and every one of them for Blood of the Dead. Fuck you, you fucked up piece of shit, you ruined one of the best maps, you destroyed everything I love about zombies. You know what? Fuck the script. This motherfucking map's fought so goddamn hard to be on this list and I tell you it really did fight to be here and it fucking deserves it. So congratulations Blood of the Dead, you've earned yourself a joint spot with Voyage. Yep, Black Ops 4 did so much wrong, it's earned itself 2 spots on a list that specifically stated each game could only have 1. This isn't even an honourable mention. Nope, good job. You took 2 of the greatest map concepts anyone could have came up with and fucked them both so goddamn fucking hard. What the fuck? First of all, Blood of the Dead, how the fuck do you fuck up a map that's almost perfect? You had every chance to be incredible, and you definitely did something incredible, because I just do not understand how it went so wrong. I don't even feel it deserves my time to explain what's wrong. It's that bad. Never have I ever been so angry at a fucking map before. Where do I even fucking start? Fuck it, we'll start at the start. You spawn in some fucking pointless laboratory that literally only exists for the story. Soak this room in because this is the last time you'll see it. Remember how Mob of the Dead used every inch of the map perfectly without it ever feeling like a chore to go somewhere? Yeah, well fuck that. The first thing you will see here is not 1, but 2 rooms you will never, ever return to. But let's not judge a book by its cover. You get to the first door, you open it, you're in a courtyard, the prison is in the background, it's scenic, it's beautiful. Oh, and you're never coming back here, Lamau. Before we leave though, don't forget to turn on the power. No, not that one, the other one. Yes, because some fucking genius decided to have 2 power switches. Woo, fucking innovation guys, there's now not 1 power switch, there's 2. Truly a next-gen experience. Now that that's over, let's finally get to the prison. Just got across this bridge and what the fuck? There's fucking hands coming out of the walls and they're touching me. Ew, fuck off. Whose fucking idea was it to have you molested in an alleyway? I feel like I have to carry a rape whistle every time I go through this. Jeez, fuck that. And now guess what? We're at the original spawn of Mob of the Dead and I only slightly want to consume paint thinner. Isn't that Patrick's joke? Yes, it fucking is. I was making a little reference to when he called Transit the worst map ever and said that Treyarch consumed paint thinner with the implication that this is new worst map ever. Do I have to explain that? Yes, I fucking do, because people on the internet have an IQ lower than my Sims 4 cat, as proven by these people who think they like Blood of the Dead. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but yours is wrong. Now that I've pissed off 50% of the 3 people that watch my videos, let's get back on topic so we can confidently face fuck the other 50%. Oh, did I mention my mum watches these? Hi mum, how's it going? Don't worry, I'm not in need of therapy. We're too late for that. Remember how Mob of the Dead had amazing flow? It's like a surfer gliding along a smooth wave. It just flows. Flow. Like liquid perfectly pouring out of a tub. It just flows. Flow. Yeah, well fuck that, let's add an entire Nocturne and Totem or 2 of completely fucking useless area that has no fucking reason to exist. Oh, and remember fun? Yeah, we don't need that either. Remember that incredible and iconic scene where you would escape the prison and fly to the fucking Golden Gate Bridge to Pack-a-Punch? Yeah, now we'll just have a generic Pack-a-Punch location number 478. Remember the innovation of having the afterlife system and that being both a critical puzzle piece of the map, your new down system, and also integrates perfectly into the story? Now we'll just get back to the old system and have quick revive given to you at the start. Fuck me, I fucking hate this map. Why? Just fucking why? Oh, fuck it. You in the other fucking corner. Voyage of Despair. At least I get one thing right, because the only thing I feel when suffering this piece of shit is fucking despair. Despair for the slightest hope of having any form of entertainment. The Titanic. The literal fucking Titanic. What a concept, what a location, all the potential in the world to be amazing, and yet here we are. Where do I even start? Maybe the Easter egg, and have rather than doing something amazing with the sinking of the damn Titanic, you kinda just did a load of boring tasks? Maybe the Kraken. Is it even a wonder weapon? Sure doesn't feel like it. This was such a waste of a map. I just don't get it. Even beyond the fact that they wasted the Titanic, or the overall terrible feel of Black Ops 4, Voice just feels bad to play. It's confusing, it's boring, it looks bad, and all these special zombies, they really don't do it for me. I don't get this map at all. I've played it so little it's actually difficult to describe why I dislike it. But honestly that doesn't even matter because bad map or not, it's stuck on Black Ops 4. I genuinely dislike Black Ops 4 so much that one of the biggest reasons it's been difficult to start this YouTube channel about zombies is that at some point I would have to play Black Ops 4. Yeah, the mere idea that I might have to play this game almost stopped me from following my YouTube dreams. I'm a little over that now, but I still can't enjoy this game, and it really isn't helped by just how easy it is. The early rounds used to still keep themselves interesting by making you weak. It was game over in 2 hits, you had no perks, barely any points, a pistol that takes a whole clip to kill a zombie in round 1, and the only available wall weapons in the starting room weren't much help either. Compare that to Black Ops 4 where you can take 4 hits, effectively starting you with Jug. You can start with a shotgun that honestly could be your weapon for the rest of the game. Oh, and did I mention you start with a specialist? Yeah, no more working for those. How about starting with quick revive? Yep, even if you somehow do manage to take an early down, you'll just get back up. Remember that point system that worked absolutely fine in the previous games? Gone away with that. But this isn't a video about Black Ops 4. It's about my 5 worst maps, and so my verdict on Voyage of Despair is that there's just nothing here to enjoy, and so much to hate. Just disappointing. All the other maps on this list had something about them that I could still like. Oh, and what did I like about Blood of the Dead? Fuck you, if the media can lie to fit the narrative, then so can I. There was always the catch of, it's only here because compared to the other maps in this game, it was the worst. And honestly, I would still go back and play all of the other maps on this list. But Voyage of Despair and Blood of the Dead, they fought to be on this list. They fought real fucking hard to be on this list. I have so little motivation to play them that I even struggled to be bothered to get gameplay for this video. So that concludes this list. Those were my top 5 worst zombies maps. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. I'm going to be uploading zombies content every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 5 PM UTC. And maybe leave a comment of what other videos you would like to see. I can definitely make some more top 5s. Anyway, that's going to be all from me today. Fuck you, Blood of the Dead, and thanks for watching. Oh, and Brad, we still need to do that COD Easter egg. Hit me up.